Hi everyone. If you've ever thought about switching to an electric car but felt like most EVs were either too expensive or too complicated, then the Chevrolet Bolt has probably crossed your mind at some point. And now, with the upcoming 2026 Chevrolet Bolt EV, Chevy is clearly trying to remind everyone why the Bolt name still matters, especially for everyday drivers who want electric without the drama. What's interesting about the 2026 Bolt EV is that Chevrolet isn't trying to reinvent the wheel here. Instead, they're refining what already worked and fixing the things people complained about in earlier models. The result feels more confident, more modern, and honestly, more in tune with what EV buyers actually want in 2026. Let's start with the design, because this is the first thing you'll notice. The new Bolt EV looks cleaner and more mature than before. The older Bolt had a bit of a quirky, almost toy-like shape, and while some people liked that, others wanted something more serious. The 2026 version smooths things out with sharper lines, a slightly wider stance, and a front end that feels more in line with Chevrolet's newer electric lineup. The headlights are slimmer, the body looks more planted on the road, and overall it just feels like a grown-up version of the Bolt. Now, some people hear Bolt and automatically think hybrid, but just to be clear, the Bolt EV has always been fully electric, and that continues in 2026. There's no gas engine here at all, and that's actually one of its biggest strengths. Chevrolet is doubling down on the simplicity of an all-electric setup, which means quiet driving, instant acceleration, and lower running costs compared to traditional cars. You plug it in, you charge it, and you drive. No fuel stops, no engine noise, no complicated systems to worry about. When it comes to performance, the Bolt EV isn't trying to be a sports car, but it's surprisingly quick where it matters. Around the city, acceleration feels instant and smooth, making daily driving easy and stress-free. It's the kind of car that feels light on its feet, especially in traffic, and that's something Bolt owners have always appreciated. For 2026, Chevrolet is expected to improve efficiency and fine-tune the driving experience, making it even smoother and more refined than before. Now, let's talk about off-road features, or rather the lack of them, because this is important to understand. The Bolt EV is not an off-road vehicle, and it's not pretending to be one. This isn't a rugged SUV built for trails or mud. Instead, it's designed for urban life, commuting, and everyday use. That's actually a good thing, because Chevy knows exactly who this car is for. It's for people who want an electric car that's easy to live with, easy to park, and comfortable on daily routes, not something oversized or overly aggressive. Inside the cabin, this is where the 2026 Bolt EV really steps up. The interior is expected to feel more modern, more digital, and more driver-focused than earlier models. Chevrolet has been improving its infotainment systems across the board, and the new Bolt should benefit from a larger central screen, cleaner menus, and better smartphone integration. Everything feels simpler and more intuitive, which is exactly what you want in a daily driver. Material quality is also expected to improve. Earlier Bolts were practical, but sometimes felt a bit too basic inside. The 2026 update aims to make the cabin feel more welcoming, with better textures, improved seats, and a layout that doesn't feel cheap or outdated. It's still a practical car, but now it feels like Chevrolet is putting more effort into comfort and design. Space has always been one of the Bolt's underrated strengths, and that continues here. Thanks to the electric platform, there's good legroom, a flat floor, and enough cargo space for groceries, luggage, or weekend trips. It's not huge, but it's smartly designed, and for most people, it's more than enough. Now let's talk about pricing, because this is where the Bolt EV really shines. Chevrolet has made it clear that affordability is a big part of the Bolt's identity. While exact prices for the 2026 model haven't been officially locked in yet, the goal is clearly to keep it one of the most accessible EVs on the market. In a world where electric cars are getting more expensive every year, the Bolt EV continues to stand out as a realistic option for regular buyers. Compared to older Bolt models, the 2026 version feels like a natural evolution. It's not a radical redesign, but it doesn't need to be. The improvements in design, interior quality, technology, and overall refinement make it feel more complete. Chevrolet has listened to feedback and polished the rough edges, which is exactly what you want to see in a long-running model. So if you're looking at the 2026 Bolt EV, you're not looking at a flashy status symbol or an off-road beast. You're looking at a smart, practical, fully electric car that focuses on real-world usability. It's for people who want to go electric without overpaying, without overthinking, and without changing their lifestyle too much. And honestly, that's what makes the Bolt EV special. It doesn't try to impress everyone, it just tries to make sense. And in 2026, that might be exactly what most drivers are looking for.